Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning, and just felt off? Like your body woke up, but your mind's still somewhere between yesterday and today? Maybe you feel a little dizzy when you sit up, or your heart seems to thump a bit harder than usual, or maybe you just can't shake that heavy, groggy feeling, like your limbs are made of sandbags. And you think, maybe I didn't sleep well, or maybe I'm just getting older. So, you brush it off. You pour your morning coffee, shuffle to the window, maybe glance at the paper, and tell yourself it'll pass. But, what if that tiny moment, those first few minutes of your day, is your body whispering something important? A quiet warning, before something much louder happens? Because here's the truth. For millions of seniors around the world, that off feeling in the morning? It's not just tiredness. It's not just aging. It can be the early sign of a stroke waiting to happen. Now I know. That's not what you came here to hear. But I'll tell you this, not to scare you, but to prepare you. Because what if I told you that just one simple morning habit, a habit so easy it takes less than 5 minutes, could slash your risk of stroke by nearly 50%? No expensive meds. No complicated routine. Just one tiny change, that your future self will thank you for. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly what that habit is. We'll talk about the science behind it, the stories of real seniors who've changed their lives with it, and how you can start doing it tomorrow morning, with nothing but what you already have in your kitchen. So stay with me, friend. This isn't just another health tip. This is a wake-up call, literally. And before we jump in, do me a favor, drop a quick comment that says, "Ready to learn," if you're here to take control of your health, or to help someone you care about do the same. And don't forget to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide, because here, we believe that growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. It means growing wiser. Let's get started. Let me tell you a quick story about Harold. Harold's 72. Retired, lives alone in a quiet neighborhood, loves crossword puzzles and old jazz records. His mornings? Always the same. He wakes up, stretches a little, heads to the kitchen, and pours himself a hot cup of coffee, black, just the way he's had it for years. No breakfast, no water, just that coffee to get things going. And for a while, it worked. Until one morning, it didn't. Harold had what doctors call a mini-stroke. A transient ischemic attack. It didn't leave lasting damage, thank goodness, but it scared him. One moment he was sipping his coffee, the next, his left hand went numb and his words started coming out garbled. At the hospital, his doctor said something that stuck with him. You might have avoided this with one simple habit. Just one glass of water when you wake up. Now Harold was stunned. He thought he was doing fine, after all, he drank plenty throughout the day. But that morning cup of water? He never gave it a second thought. And he's not alone. Because here's what most people don't realize, overnight, while you sleep, your body loses water. Even though you're not moving, your body is breathing, sweating just a little, working behind the scenes. By the time you wake up, you've lost nearly a pound of water. And that matters more than you might think. When you're dehydrated, even just a little, your blood gets thicker. Stickier. Slower to move. And what happens when thick blood flows through aging arteries? You guessed it, a much higher chance of forming clots. And those clots? They're what cause strokes. It's like driving a car with low oil pressure. Everything grinds. The system gets sluggish. One wrong move, and something can break. But here's the catch. A lot of folks think they're hydrating by sipping coffee or orange juice first thing in the morning. The truth? Not quite. Coffee contains caffeine, a natural diuretic, meaning it pulls water from your system. Juice? It's packed with sugar, which can spike blood sugar and increase inflammation, especially on an empty stomach. What your body really needs, what your brain, your heart, and your blood are crying out for when you open your eyes, is plain water. Simple. Easy. Free. But not just any water. Room temperature is best, gentler on your system first thing in the morning. And if you want to give it a boost, add a slice of lemon for a bit of vitamin C and a pinch of sea salt to help your body absorb it more efficiently. That tiny change can restore balance faster than any sports drink or supplement. Imagine it like this: your body is a dry sponge when you wake up. You need that water to soften things, to get everything flowing again. And Harold? Now he keeps a glass of water by his bed every night. He drinks it before he even reaches for his slippers. And since making that change, no more scary episodes. No more off mornings. But let me tell you something important: hydration alone isn't the whole story. Because what you do while you're drinking that water, in those first few moments after waking, that's what takes this habit from helpful to powerful. Let me show you what I mean. Let me introduce you to Eleanor. She's 78 years young, full of grace, and the kind of woman who remembers everyone's birthday, even the neighbor's dog. But for the longest time, her mornings were rough. She'd wake up stiff, groggy, and a little foggy-headed. Getting from the bed to the kitchen felt like climbing a hill. But one day, after reading about stroke prevention at her local senior center, she decided to make a small change. She started keeping a glass of water on her nightstand, just like Harold. But she added something else. Stretching. Nothing fancy. Just a few gentle movements before she even left the bedroom. A neck roll here, a shoulder circle there, a slow march in place while sipping her water. She called it her wake-up ritual. And within weeks, her energy came back. Her blood pressure readings, those tricky numbers that used to dance up and down, started to level out. She told her daughter, "I feel more alive in the mornings now than I did 10 years ago." Here's why Eleanor's simple combo worked so well. When we sleep, our circulation naturally slows down. That's normal. But when you go from lying completely still for 7 or 8 hours, to suddenly getting up and moving, your heart and blood vessels need a moment to catch up. And without that gentle ramp-up, your blood, which is already a bit thicker from being dehydrated, has a harder time flowing. That increases the risk of clots forming, especially in the legs and the brain. But when you pair hydration with light movement, you're helping your body reboot the right way. The water thins and refreshes your blood. The movement gets it circulating. Together, they gently wake up your cardiovascular system without shocking it. Now here's the part many people get wrong. Some seniors are told, or simply believe, that they should sit still and rest until they're fully awake. Maybe they've had a fall before. Or maybe they're just used to taking things slow. And yes, safety first, always. But avoiding movement altogether? That can actually make things worse. Because when you sit or lie down too long after waking, especially without hydrating, your blood just continues to pool. It stays thick. Slow. And that's exactly when a clot can form, or travel. So, what can you do instead? You don't need yoga mats or fancy routines. You don't even have to stand if you're worried about balance. Start with these toe taps. Sit on the edge of your bed, lift your toes while keeping your heels down, then switch. Shoulder rolls, gently roll your shoulders forward, then back. Loosens tension and gets blood moving to the upper body. Seated march, while sitting, lift each knee slowly, one at a time, like you're marching in place. Even 2 minutes of this can make a difference. Neck turns and side stretches, easy movements to open your posture and stimulate blood flow to the brain. Do these while sipping your morning water. It's like giving your entire system a soft, kind nudge. Hey, it's time to rise. Let's do this together. And Eleanor? She never misses her ritual now. It's become the part of the day she looks forward to most. Not just because of how it makes her feel, but because it reminds her that she's still in control of her health. But what if you're already doing all this, drinking water, doing your stretches, and you still feel off most mornings? There's a silent factor that many seniors overlook. It's not about what you do, but what you don't notice. Let's take a closer look. Let's talk about Tom. Tom is 81. He's a former mail carrier, walked miles every day for decades. Tough as nails, but lately, he'd been waking up feeling off. Dizzy when he stood up. A little foggy in the head. Sometimes even a headache creeping in before breakfast. At first, he thought maybe it was just part of getting older. "I'm just a bit slower these days," he told his daughter. But one morning, she brought over a blood pressure cuff and asked him to check it first thing, before coffee, before breakfast, before even brushing his teeth. The reading? 158/96. High. And not just a one-time thing. Tom started checking every morning. And like clockwork, his numbers spiked first thing every day, then settled down a bit by mid-morning. That daily spike? It's more common, and more dangerous, than most people realize. See, there's a time of day doctors quietly call the danger window, and it's early morning. Right around the time your eyes open and you swing your legs over the edge of the bed, your cortisol levels surge. Now, cortisol isn't bad, it's a natural hormone your body uses to wake you up and get moving. But one of cortisol's jobs? Raise your blood pressure. That's fine if your body's healthy and balanced. But if you're dehydrated, sedentary, and already prone to high blood pressure, that cortisol spike can push you over the edge. It's the perfect storm. You've just gone 6 to 8 hours without water. Your blood is thicker than usual. You're suddenly moving around. And now, your natural hormones give your heart and arteries an extra shove. For someone like Tom, and maybe someone like you, that's when a silent stroke can happen. And yet, so many seniors wave it off. "Oh, it's just my age. I've always had weird mornings. It goes down later, so it must be fine." But that morning spike matters. Because strokes don't care how you feel by lunch, they strike fast, often within that early morning window, and the damage can be lifelong. So, here's what you can do, and it's simple. Start keeping a morning blood pressure journal. Check your reading as soon as you wake up, before you eat, before you drink coffee, and before taking any medications. That's when you'll get the most honest reading of your body's true baseline. Write it down. Look for patterns. Are your numbers high more than 2 or 3 mornings a week? Don't panic, but do talk to your doctor. Bring that journal in. Let them see the trend. Sometimes, just adjusting when you take certain meds, or making a small lifestyle change, can bring those numbers back to safety. And by the way, remember Eleanor and Harold? Both of them had high morning readings before they started their new routines. But once they added water, movement, a little mindfulness, their numbers came down. Consistently. Because when your body gets the support it needs first thing in the morning, everything works better, especially your heart and your brain. Now, maybe you're still wondering, can one habit really reduce my stroke risk by 50%? Let's talk numbers, because the science behind this isn't wishful thinking. It's real. It's proven. And it could save your life. Now, I know some of this might sound almost too simple. Just drink water. Move a little. That's it. But let me share something with you that might shift your perspective. A major study out of Japan followed more than 79,000 people, yes, 79,000, over the course of several years. What they found was astounding. The participants who developed the simple habit of drinking water immediately after waking up had a nearly 50% lower risk of stroke compared to those who didn't. 50%. That's not a small bump. That's not wishful thinking. That's life-changing. And the reason is pretty straightforward, it's biology. You see, when you wake up, your body is in a naturally dehydrated state. Your blood becomes a little thicker, a little slower to move. If you don't hydrate, you're sending that thick blood straight into a body that's trying to wake up, deal with a cortisol spike, and start the day. Now add in a sedentary morning, high blood pressure, maybe some plaque buildup in the arteries, and you've got the perfect environment for a clot to form or break loose. But when you hydrate, with just a glass or two of water, you help your blood return to a healthier viscosity. You get things flowing. Add a little movement, and suddenly your heart doesn't have to strain. Your vessels open up. Oxygen gets to your brain faster. It's like priming a car before a long drive. You're not slamming the gas. You're letting the engine warm up, gently and safely. And here's where many people get it wrong. They believe that stroke risk is mostly about diet, or maybe their genes. My dad had a stroke, so I probably will too. I eat well, so I'm fine. And yes, those things matter. But what matters just as much, and sometimes even more, is what you do every single day. Especially in those first 10 minutes of the morning. Because that's when your body is at its most vulnerable. And most people don't realize, they're not just waking up, they're either setting themselves up, or setting themselves back. So tomorrow morning, here's what I want you to try. 1. As soon as you wake up, before coffee, before breakfast, before you check your phone, drink 1 to 2 glasses of water. Room temperature is best. Add a lemon slice or a tiny pinch of salt if you'd like to help replenish minerals lost during sleep. 2. While drinking your water, do 5 minutes of gentle movement. Simple things. Toe taps. Shoulder rolls. Neck circles. Even while seated, you can do enough to get your blood flowing safely. 3. Take your blood pressure. Write it down. Keep track. You don't need to be obsessive, just consistent. Over time, you'll start seeing a pattern, and that pattern could be your early warning system. Just 3 steps. Not a workout plan. Not a major lifestyle overhaul. Just a morning check-in with your body. And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about consistency. And now that we've talked about the science, the stories, and the steps, let's talk about something deeper. Because this isn't just about blood and numbers and research studies. This is about you. Your life. Your peace of mind. Your ability to enjoy your mornings without fear. Let's take a moment to talk about the emotional side of all this. Because you're not just preventing a stroke, you're protecting the moments that matter most. Let me tell you about Maria. She's 75. Widowed. A grandmother of 4. She used to start her mornings feeling foggy, overwhelmed, and honestly, defeated. She'd say, "What's the point? The day just runs me over anyway." But something changed when she made one tiny shift. She started her mornings with a glass of water, a few stretches, and a quiet minute to herself. No phone. No TV. Just her. Hydrating. Moving. Breathing. After just a couple of weeks, she told me something I'll never forget. She said, "For the first time in years, I feel like I'm in charge of my day. Not the other way around." And that's something we don't talk about enough. Yes, this habit helps reduce your stroke risk. Yes, it's good for your heart, your brain, your blood pressure. But it's also good for your spirit. Because when you start your morning with purpose, even something as simple as drinking water and stretching for 5 minutes, it sends a message to your body and your mind: I'm still here. I still matter. And I'm taking care of me. There's real science behind that too. Studies show that starting your day with intention, doing something mindful and healthy, can actually lower cortisol, the stress hormone. It improves focus. It lifts your mood. And over time, it leads to better health outcomes, even in older adults. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. Many seniors believe it's too late to change. Too late to form habits. Too late to turn the ship around. But I want to gently challenge that thought. Because you're not stuck. And your body, even now, is listening. It's never too late to tell your body, I'm choosing to show up for you today. And I get it, forming new habits can feel like climbing a mountain. But this one? This one is small, simple, and totally within your reach. So, here's a practical tip. Tonight, before you go to sleep, put a glass or bottle of water on your nightstand. Set it right where you can see it. That way, when you wake up, it's the first thing you do. You don't have to remember. You don't have to think about it. You just reach, sip, and start your day on purpose. And if you forget one day, that's okay. Just try again the next morning. Because building a habit isn't about perfection. It's about showing up, over and over, with love and patience for yourself. Now, let's take a deeper breath together. Let's move past the charts and numbers. And talk about what this really means. Emotionally. Personally. Human to human. Let's talk about what's at the heart of all this. Let's take a moment to sit with this. Facing aging, really facing it, can stir something deep inside. Because the truth is, you've seen it. Maybe a neighbor who had a stroke and never fully came back. Maybe a dear friend who suddenly couldn't speak clearly one morning. Or maybe, it was you. And now, every little dizzy spell, every strange ache, makes your mind wonder, what if? It's a heavy thing to carry. Strokes aren't just medical events. They steal memories. They shake families. They take away confidence, freedom, and sometimes, even identity. And that fear? It's real. It's valid. But it doesn't have to be the end of your story. Because here's the beautiful truth, you are not powerless. You are not too old. And you are not too late. You have today. You have tomorrow morning. And with that, you have a chance. One glass of water. A slow stretch. A moment to breathe. It sounds small. But it's not. It's reclaiming control over your body and mind. It's sending a message. To yourself, to your brain, to your heart, I choose to protect you. I choose to fight for my independence. Because when you care for yourself first thing in the morning, you're doing more than just hydrating or moving. You're standing up for your future. For your mobility. For your ability to walk without help. To laugh clearly. To hold a grandchild without trembling hands. And that simple habit? It's like armor. A quiet defense against one of aging's greatest threats. So, here's what I want you to do. Tonight, before bed, put a glass of water beside where you sleep. That's it. Don't overthink it. Don't talk yourself out of it. Just place that glass. And when you wake up, drink. Stretch a little. Smile if you can. Because in that moment, you've already won. You've already said, my health matters. My life matters. And the people who love you? They'll feel the difference, too. Maybe they won't see it right away, but over time, they'll see you stronger. Clearer. More you. So don't underestimate what a single morning can do. Because stacked day after day, morning after morning, it becomes a movement. A lifestyle. A legacy of choosing to live with intention and courage. You're not just surviving. You're showing up for your life, fully and bravely. And that's something worth waking up for. So, let's bring it all together now. To recap, start your day with water. Not coffee first. Not juice. Just clean, refreshing water, right when you wake up. Then, move a little. Nothing fancy, just gentle stretches, a few toe taps, or shoulder rolls. Get the blood flowing, greet your body with kindness. Check in with your blood pressure. If you've got a monitor at home, use it first thing, before food, before stress, before distraction. Keep a little journal. Write it down. Patterns tell stories the body sometimes hides. And most of all, commit. This isn't about perfection. It's about choosing one habit that stacks up over time. One habit that science says can slash your stroke risk by up to 50%. Not a new medication. Not an expensive treatment. Just water, movement, awareness. Now I want to hear from you. Have you already been doing this morning habit? Or will tomorrow be your first time? Drop a comment below and share your experience, or your intention. You never know, your story might be the nudge someone else needs to start. And if this video helped you, if it made you think, if it gave you hope, then consider subscribing to Elderly Wisdom Guide. This channel is here for you. Not to overwhelm you, but to walk beside you. To help you feel confident in your choices. To give you peace of mind, one habit, one step, one day at a time. So hit that like button. Share this with someone you care about. And be sure to subscribe so you never miss the guidance that could change your health, and your life. You are not alone on this journey. You have more power than you think. And every morning is a new chance to use it. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Stay hydrated. Stay strong. And most of all, stay hopeful. I'll see you in the next video. Right here, on Elderly Wisdom Guide.